What is up, friends, YouTube and motorcycle enthusiasts? Accelerate coming at you with another white whale video. As I said in one of my Motovan videos there previously, that I did get a chance to go to Kairos Resorts in West Virginia over, I guess it was early mid-February. So if you guys haven't been there, by the way, at Kairos, it's a fantastic place. Amazing trails, single track, hard enduro. The camping spots are awesome. Shower house, which was super useful as I was camping in the van, and really kind of taking it out on its maiden voyage, as I mentioned in my bed video, that I got to take it out and kind of identify some gaps. But I'm not here to talk about the Motovan today. As you guys know, that series is in full swing. Lots more coming. But today I want to talk about my race season. You know, the SEER 2022 season has been something I've really been looking forward to, and I thought, what a better video in the background to have is the white whale footage that I got a chance to tackle there at Kairos in February. As you guys remember, I did a white whale video last year, and whenever I first went to Kairos for my first experience, and you know, hard enduro really, I had an interest in harder technical riding, but you know, getting to actually get in the rocks and some of the challenges that the white whale presented me, and experiencing that really for the first time in that format, it really ignited my passion, and that was the name of the video. You know, in the passion I found my rocks, and I stand by that. Or in the rocks I found my passion, rather. But you know, the 2022 SEER season I've really been looking forward to, because as you guys know, I started riding at Kairos. I did the GPS race. You know, I went to Saddleback Extreme in Kentucky last year, where I was able to get 5th in the iron class, which was really fun and a fantastic experience. You know, at the same token, anybody that's been tracking the SEER 2022 season has probably realized the COVID Crusher is over. The COVID Crusher was at the beginning of April, on April 2nd, and then we have another race coming up at the end of the month, the 29th. So where's my video for the COVID Crusher? Well, I didn't go. I didn't go because what I wanted to talk about really was my awareness of how severe my carpal tunnel syndrome has become. So I'll just break down a quick you know, a synapse of time, a timeline. A couple years ago, I started noticing my hands going numb, a tingling sensation, so on and so forth. So at first I thought it was a blood flow issue. Ironically, I didn't even think about carpal tunnel syndrome. But you know, it wasn't really a dirt bike riding triggered thing. It was right around the time when I did start riding, but I wasn't, you know, I was really riding street bikes, and this was 2017. 2017. Yeah, I was riding when I got back into street bikes, I was riding a CBR 1000RR, and then I ultimately got my FZ09 right after that, only a couple months after that, and that's really where the channel kind of started kicking off. Was with the FZ09, and I started looking at dual sports and all that. So as I was street riding, I really noticed that my hands would just go numb really quickly. And I thought it was odd. I didn't really put a lot of stock into it for whatever reason. I just, you know, went about life, and I kind of gravitated towards dirt. And as many of you guys know, that's what led me to the KTM 500, and then ultimately the Beta, my Beta 300 that I have now. So those symptoms really kind of came and went as I continued to ride off-road, and as many of you guys know, this is my 4th season this year in the dirt, so to speak. So I did experience symptoms whenever I was riding more, but some of them honestly, like, they subsided because I was riding a lot more, and I always heard about arm pump as I was really learning more about dirt bikes and stuff. But over time, I think my symptoms I noticed, whenever I was riding long weekends like the Kairos weekend, or weekends where I would ride consecutive days for long hours at a time, I would literally have problems sleeping. Shooting pain from basically the base of my elbow all the way down to my hands. My hands would be numb, so on and so forth. I just couldn't sleep that night. It was pretty intrusive to my sleep and ultimately my weekend where I'm out there trying to have fun. So went to the doctor. They did diagnose me with carpal tunnel syndrome. And one of the first treatments you do is you start doing stretches, and they give you braces, wrist braces to sleep in. So as many of you know, or if you don't know, it's what can happen is you bend your wrist at night, and then that causes more swelling and more irritation of the syndrome, which really, it just continues the cycle. So sleeping in braces is one of the first things that people do. I know a lot of people get carpal tunnel syndrome from all kinds of things, typing, a lot of keyboard work, or anything like that. Honestly, I think mine is just years of lifting weights, working on cars, and then using my hands a lot. I really think that's the majority of it. And I'm in my 40s, so I used my hands a lot for years, lifted weights for years, so that is life. So with the carpal tunnel, I did make a decision to back down from the racing season in 2022. I did receive some cortisone injections, so I tried that initially, which most of the results of that I experienced as I purchased my van and started at the beginning of January, December and January of this year, and my symptoms were completely gone. The cortisone worked. It worked fantastic, actually, but it only worked for a couple months, and then the carpal tunnel really came back with a vengeance not long after. And it was really this weekend, and this footage that you see is the highlight ultimately of realizing that I'm probably going to need to get surgery. So this all took place in the weekend before the COVID Crusher 3.0, which is that weekend, and I had a lot of pain, a lot of my hand fatigue was just despite riding for 3 years and going up the White Whale, I felt like I did better, but my stamina and my hand stamina was just, hand fatigue was extremely noticeable. I didn't have as much strength, and granted I haven't been riding as much, but it was extremely noticeable, and the nights were really rough. For a few days after that, even a lot of hard time sleeping and pain and all that. My wife was like, "Yeah, you have to do something." So went back to the doctor and highlighted that the symptoms were back with a vengeance again, and so here I am.
That shit is slick as fuck.
So I've made the decision not to race immediately this year. I may be able to do something later in the year as the season wraps up, because I do plan to get carpal tunnel surgery on both wrists immediately. This is my body, and it's one of those things where it's not going to go away. This surgery will make me better. As I fix this problem, and anybody I've ever talked to that has, or that I have talked to that has had this surgery, it's 1,000% better. So my hope is that this fixes the problem, and it's my body. I want to be doing this for many, many years, so I need to be 100%. It's just like anything else, so I got to bow out for a little bit and back off of riding a little bit. I still have been riding my trials bike, but I gotta tell you guys, every single time I ride a dirt bike for even 30 minutes, I noticed increased symptoms and pain and stuff. So I'm still riding my trials bike, and I'm still trying to stay fresh with my balance and stuff. But I'm looking forward to getting the surgery. So that is going to happen. You know, hopefully the the healthcare system isn't too slow for me. I know everything's kind of bogged down right now, still, even with COVID and referrals and all that jazz. But I'm getting there, and then you know, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back stronger. So the moto van work will continue, and you know, I just wanted to put this out there for you guys and show you some of the awesome footage of getting up the white whale, as well as the extension, which we had a blast doing. I always look forward to going to Kairos, and I'm going to look forward to going to Kairos more in the future once I come back. I think my training is just going to be, it's going to skyrocket. You know, once get this carpal tunnel under control, and I'm going to be able to train every day and just, you know, hit long weekends and be able to take care of my body, and all the things that I've been doing. You know, the massages, I use a massage gun, you know, foam roll and all that. I stay relatively fit, and my fitness has been getting better. But you know, the carpal tunnel, it's got to get squared away. So I want to put that out there with you guys, for you guys, you know, and no race videos for a while, but you know, I'll put out the content that I can as I'm getting the surgery and recovery, and I'll probably put out, you know, just a video for anybody that's interested. I'll probably put some recovery videos on my experience with the surgery and some details about that as it happens. So, all right, guys. That is what's up with me in the race season for 22. You know, 2020, there's always the next year, and I'm going to come back better and stronger. So, all right, guys, get out there, get on two wheels, and as always, ride your bike. Let's accelerate once again. Signing off.
Now, I think you got to get in here to go up that.